Crypto market is bouncing from its lows. Right now, it's flirting with $1 trillion market cap. Now, $1 trillion market cap is kind of psychological level which we have to move above and then bounce from there. So right now, you see a lot of different assets coming into green, trying to stay in green. But what I would like to highlight is take a look at this particular area. It looks interesting as you zoom in. As you step in, you kind of get a different picture. This is XRP versus Ether, and this kind of gives you that understanding that XRP is about to flip Ether. It's holding well enough and it's gonna flip Ether soon. Now, yes, the entire market will move up and you're gonna see some coins doing 1000x, but if you are a holder of fundamental asset for the long term, now we are like, okay, what the market is going to do, what can I understand based on the market fluctuation right now, because you are closing in for the daily, right? A daily closing is coming in and you are looking like, okay, where are we closing? Are we breaking out? Are we just below the breakout? Understanding that dynamics is important because you are showing that you are reversing on a macro. So on a micro, you need to understand whether you are at a resistance or you're already breaking higher, because that gives you the ability to look for the next day. If you are looking at the next day, because a lot of people do trade on a daily basis, and if you're trying to put that trade in, you need to make sure you're on the right side of this. Fine, because the market actually shows you the indicators. As you look at different stuff in the market, you get the idea. Like this one. Just a couple of days before, we were talking about this, saying this asset is about to break higher. Now, if you follow that through right now, you can actually see that the price broke higher. We went through the moving averages as expected. Now, if you are zooming in, the volume is also increasing with that breakout. That validates the breakout. Fine. Now it's your targets. Anyone in Patreon? They already knew this way back when we were close to that $5 mark before we went for the breakout. So for you watching, now you still have room for the target. You can stay, trade, make money. Then another one, quant. June 30, 10 days before, we dropped this one for quant, saying bullish divergence is forming there. The price may move higher. Then we had a follow-up where we are saying resistance and the MA, which is the moving average, but we believe that the bullish divergence is forming and you can look at the $100 price target. What happens? The price goes boom, it breaks higher. As it breaks, you see the volume is increasing. RSI is breaking. That's bullish. So if you are in the market and you're observing like a lot of coins are moving up, down, and you're confused what these patterns means, you can look at the Patreon. The link is given in the description below. Welcome to the Scientific Investor family, where we discuss crypto and science behind investing regularly. Yes, the market is showing that it's breaking higher. A lot of different coins are breaking higher right now with great targets. What about XRP? That's really interesting if you are breaking that one down. That is, it's just simple math, which you are taking directly from the charts, and you're like, okay, XRP is going to do 100 to 200% soon. Now, why do I think so? If you're looking at the charts, this highlighted area gives you an idea that when the price drops 40-45% on average, it go back up, and when it go back up and cross the 21-day moving average, you kind of do 30, 35, 40%. So say the average of 35%. Fine? And you're repeating that again and again and again. But when you actually drop 70, 75%, and then make a bottom and then go back above the moving average, 21-day moving average, you kind of go like 140, 150. percentage to the upside. So say around 120, 130 percentage to the upside is still possible there. Fine. Now, if you are looking at the drop here, we have already dropped 75 percentage. A 70 percentage drop here, which equates to the previous two drops like this, and we are about to cross back higher than the 21-day moving average with the divergence. So the divergence you are looking for is on the RSI, and to validate that, now you are looking at the MACD. So all three here is going in favor of bulls. One, whether the price is above or below the moving average, it's just crossing above. Fine, you just turned positive for that indicator. Then you're looking at the RSI. Is it actually showing you bullish stuff? Yes, it is. You're looking at the RSI, it shows a trend to the upside where the price is trending down. So that's a bullish divergence you're observing. Fine. And you're looking in history, when all these three happened in last 1.5 years, did the price respond positively? This is fact, right? Yes, it did. One time it broke higher, it went up, it had consolidation. But if you are, now this is really conservative approach. I'm not actually taking it till the top here. I'm only considering it till here, because you did get a correction afterwards. Fine. So you entered into a bullish phase where you get the wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, which is 3 micro waves of a macro structure. You got it there. Fine. Now we need to actually look at that wave structure. We will go into that as we develop that pattern in the price action. But one thing is that the MACD, RSI, and price is showing you that it's going to move to the upside. Now, at this point, what you have to understand is the ether can move higher. It's slowly grinding higher. But as we've been highlighting this, in a couple of days back, I told like expect 30 to 50% move in all coins here, right? This will lift all coins, and that's happening right now. Just in 2 days, we are watching that the price of ether is moving a little bit higher, just $50, and all coins are running. So you're looking at a lot of different coins which are like, okay, going green. They are making their moves as we highlighted. See, this is ICP, this is quant. We have the breakout calls here, say ICP, say quant. So this is how the market actually works. And when the market does these stuff and you're in the market, that's great if you're trading. If you're holding, that's even better, because all these short-term movements are going to compound for your long-term gains. But if you're in the right asset, if you're in the wrong assets, that's going to hurt you very much. I see a lot of people still going into Luna. I'm scratching my head asking, okay, why would they actually do that with all this happening around you? You have assets with some kind of fundamentals. You have assets with strong fundamentals. You have 20,000 assets. You can go into anyone. Here, if you're looking at the top 5, you get CRV, Quant, ICP, Matic in last 7 days, right? And CRV is correcting. So buy the dip kind of stuff. If you're imagining that this one goes well, fine. So if you are looking at the charts properly, then you kind of get the narrative. Okay, historically speaking, whenever you see this stuff, it's different. XRP to Ether, you're comparing, and it's different. Ether is coming down, XRP is coming down, both of them are coming down, fine. And here XRP makes a bottom, but that's not the market cycle bottom. Whereas Ether makes a bottom, which happens to be the market cycle bottom. Next one is the retest of that one. Whereas XRP was low and went even lower while this retest was happening. But right now, XRP is holding on to this trend line. Ether broke that below. And it's not just a small break to the downside. It's a 50% negative move, which is a bit concerning. If you're going back to what we were speaking here, you broke this one, agreed, and we're going to retest this. If that retest makes some success, you break above 1,500 to 1,700 mark, okay, fine, something is turning positive. If not, Ether may go down a bit more. Now, how will the market get impacted? We'll have to wait and see. But if the money from Ether is actually going to move into other assets, it's going to be big. You just look at the market cap, it's like 150 billion. And if you're saying, okay, that's going to actually move into a lot of other coins, they're going to pump. Even XRP right now has 16 billion. It's like 10x volume there. A lot of coins are going to move soon. Now, when the market is doing this stuff, what you need to keep in mind is how the fundamentals and the current affairs are moving. This is super bullish, and if this is happening in a bull market, it would have pushed XRP to much higher. But right now, you also see like, okay, small news for another coin pumps it. Whereas XRP is not moving much, with the name of Ripple being there. Fine. Now you say, okay, that's Ripple, but not XRP. Fine, agreed. But if you actually go in to their survey and you actually look the questions, you will understand like they are talking about blockchain payments using cryptocurrency. That is an important stuff there. It's not just Ripple, the software they're talking about the payments using cryptocurrencies. One of the best payment asset is XRP. So as you are looking at the Faster Payments Council entering into this narrative right now, that is a big deal. Right now you have regulators stepping in, pushing on the regulations, and you have a coin which is regulated worldwide and accepted as a payment asset by central banks. And as this narrative unwinds, there's going to be a lot of people who are going to get hit hard. Now, yes, they themselves highlight there is a lot of misconduct happening in this market. And the surprising fact is, it's this guy who's saying this is happening. And I'm like, okay, he know that better. Fine, great. That's just my opinion. But that's happening in the market. At the same time, you see this. 56% of the people are more likely to purchase from a retailer that offers payments via crypto. It's more like, I'm a liberal. You're going to be able to pay using crypto, cash, whatever you want. So I'm not pushing my agenda on you. I'm saying all these assets are accepted as a payment. So you feel more comfortable to buy something. And that is kind of making sense. And this going for luxury brands is something big, because now you're not going to buy a coffee, $5. You're going to look at $1,000, $2,000, $5,000 of payments each time. These are luxury goods. So you're going to buy just a small handbag, you're going to pay $5,000, $10,000. And that's, kind of bit bigger payments. And it's going to get adoption in those group of people. And as it gets adoption and catches eyes, this is going to happen because you are spending on one side. The agenda for Ripple is this. Get the banks on RippleNet. They did that. Great. Let them settle using fiat. They did that. Great. Get them to source liquidity using XRP. A lot of them are doing that right now. So what's next? Make them hold XRP. And when that happens, you don't actually get a lot of supply in the market because it is designed as an appreciating asset. The supply goes down. It's not inflationary. In that said, you actually got the reducing supply with the burn rate. So if you understand that dynamics, yes, just with some kind of good news coming out from the SEC case, you're going to go skyrocketing. Because right now, I kind of go with what's being told here. Because I think like, okay, that narrative is kind of something close to the truth. Because there was a lot of bad actors, highly leveraged guys, they've been wiped out. The bad things has been washed out of the market. Now it's the rinsing process happening. After this, I think the market is actually going to rush. It's going to move back higher. Now we just saw like, okay, UK is coming out with their regulations and US is trying to do this. In fact, they don't have much of a clarity with the SEC happening there. This is going to take time. But if they're going to push that narrative of regulations without proper clarity, it's going to hurt US economy. But if they want to stay on top of other countries, they need to come up with better understanding of all these stuff. Right now, you have a market where it shows like market is slowly picking up. And as the market goes up, as the market makes new highs, this is when a lot of people start to look at this asset. That's absurd, but that's the reality. It's not when the price is low they want to buy. It's when the price is making a new high they want to buy. It's like, say, you're going to buy a shoe. It's now $2,000. Fine. You go look at it next day, it's $2,500. You're like, okay, I'm buying it. And as if that's on a sale and it's like $1,000, you are like, okay, I'll wait. That doesn't go like that, right? In the real life, you literally go look at purchasing stuff when it's on sale. But when you're investing your money, people do something entirely different, which makes them lose money. So here, if you're thinking like an investor, this is showing you that there is going to be a big move in XRP coming soon. And I'm prepared. A lot of you are prepared. But ask your question, do you have the patience to let that price run to hit your targets? If you have that level of patience, now it comes to, okay, just hold on. Dollar cost average, if your average is higher, much higher, say if your average is 0.38 and the price is 0.34, it doesn't actually give you that much ability unless you're buying way higher in dollar terms. If you bought 100,000 before and you're buying for another 50,000, this makes sense. But if you're adding 2,000, 3,000, it's not going to actually reduce your dollar cost average much. So your average still is somewhere close to your big buys. So in that terms, you can literally use for a medium term trade. You can buy something, hold for a couple of months or 3-4 months, and that happens to do 3x, 5x, whatever. You now get additional purchasing power. At that time, instead of that $1,000 buy, you may be able to buy $10,000 worth of XRP. So it actually goes with your ideology. How you actually use this market to benefit yourself. Because the market is making a bottom, and we have seen this before. When the market actually makes a bottom like this, retest this again and again, and it gets rejected or people enter as a buyer, the market pushes back up. Because last time you have seen this, when the price was doing this, it come back to the support range each time, and then it bounces back higher. So now, if you say like, okay, fine, what's going to be the top of the next small run? It's this pattern. It's a descending broadening wedge. When you break to the upside, now that's bullish. You're going to go much, much, much higher. But inside this, okay, your resistance is going to be around 0.58, 0.6 range. Now you reaching there right now is like, you were around 0.3 doing a 100% move. And for Ether, it does have to cross above these moving averages. Otherwise, it's going to hurt the price. It may fail the retest. But if it actually go above that resistance level, that's going to be grossly bullish for the entire crypto space. Now, if you're in this market, next 3 months, next 6 months, next 1 year is going to be super important for you, because we have went through a major downturn and now we are going for a massive bull run. Agreeing that at the early stage gives you the maximum benefit of time and assets to invest in. But if you are late to the party, after the asset class does another 5x, you say, okay, now this is a bull run. It kind of reduces your ROI, and by that time, some of the assets have done 10, 20x. Now your options are limited. So you need to think properly before you put your money in or take any decision with your money for your portfolio. And if you want these kind of updates where we see, okay, there's going to be a breakout here, this is going to be your targets, there's going to be a breakout here, this is going to be a target, and you want to act before the price actually goes high, you can look at the Patreon. The link is given in the description below. So guys, if you are receiving value for your time, please do hit that like and subscribe button so that the channel is being supported and I'm coming on providing more and more value for you. So guys, I'll meet you on the next video. Bye for now.